It is the 11th of the 8th, 2011. This is today's climate change update. I'm going to start with Scott.net tonight. Extreme weather affects most of the United States. According to NOAA, 41 of the lower 48 states had an above normal or record warmest July this year. Only 7 states in the lower 48 were experienced anything close to normal or below normal, and they were all west of the Rocky Mountains. And of course, we're all following the droughts that are going on in Texas, and the fires, and the record heat, and the flooding, and the sinkholes that are going on in throughout this record-breaking 2011 summer. Italy, Naples, garbage truck swallowed by a sinkhole. 1 dead and 2 wounded. And there are a lot of sinkhole stories today. Huge lava pond forms on Hawaii's Mount Kilauea, and lava continues to erupt from volcanic vents on Hawaii's Mount Kilauea as it has pooled into huge lava pond on the volcano's active East Rift Zone. And this is an ongoing eruption. You remember last night they were saying they did a study where the lava was swelling in the center of the Earth, kind of thing. New eruption starts at Alaska's Cleveland volcano. Of course, I covered that story last night. Pakistan, magnitude 5.7 earthquake. South Carolina, minor earthquake hits upstate city. The USGS says a 2.3 magnitude quake has been reported in northwestern part of South Carolina. No injuries were reported, but people definitely got calls saying they felt the tremors. Small earthquake rattles South Dakota state capitol. Now, this is definitely an earthquake we need to pay attention to. This 3.4 struck about a mile west of the capitol around 2:45 p.m. And there are large reservoirs in the Missouri Valley where we've had all this flooding going on. In South Dakota, North Dakota. Of course, I've been covering for weeks and weeks and weeks, and these are where these huge reservoirs are, and they're worried about the dams, and they've checked the OAHE dam, and said the initial check indicated the quake didn't cause any damage to the giant earthen structure, but they're going to check the Missouri River Dam, which is located about 5 miles upstream from the quake center in Pierre, South Dakota. So we definitely need to pay attention to these big dams, because if we lose one of these big dams, the initial big tsunami that would go downstream would hit several nuclear power plants and cause all kinds of havoc and destruction that we don't really need, do we? Illinois, Palatine sinkhole fix will take a while longer, and apparently they dug, trying to fix one of the big sinkholes that came out after 2 weeks ago, and they found a bunch of old construction debris underneath, and it's going to take a lot longer than they think, so they're still dealing with sinkholes 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the fact here. Missouri sinkhole closed section of Prospect for 6 hours in Kansas City. Big sinkhole in Kansas City. Pennsylvania, excessive rain causes widespread sinkholes in Palmyra. And they have a video attached. Basically, there's a bunch of sinkholes running through the town, in the neighborhood. They're saying this, due to more rainfall and stuff, that these sinkholes could definitely spread and get bigger. So they're dealing with more all at once than they're normally used to in a sinkhole area. Over to the extinction protocol. Geologic timescale for recycling of planet's crust is 4 times faster than previously thought. And what they did is the scientists took a sample of the lava in Kilauea in Hawaii and tested it with doing what they're doing. They're saying basically that the crust melts and comes back up through and recycles itself a lot faster than they previously thought. So basically the Earth is younger than they think. So it's definitely opening a whole new line of questions on, an age of less than 500 million years for the inclusions. Therefore, rock material forming on the Hawaiian basilisk must be younger. And magma plume, 5.7 magnitude earthquake near the Ascension Islands. And yesterday I put out a story on the Irish scientists that went out and found new vents in the Atlantic rift there that runs just from here up to Iceland, and more volcanic activity in the Atlantic. Earthquake swarms reported off the north coast of Iceland, and a series of minor quakes occurred approximately 40 kilometers west of Grimsey Island, North Iceland, shortly after midnight yesterday, with the strongest quake measuring 3 points on the Richter scale. And there's a lot of activity going on in Iceland, been ongoing with their volcanoes. Here's a economy piece. Fiat empire shaken, global financial markets unravel and go into free fall, all according to plan. Gas shortages hits parts of Canada. I find this hard to really grasp, because doesn't Canada have these great big oil sand fills, and we import most of our oil from Canada? How are they having gas shortages if there's this big guru oil industry country? And they've got the Alaska's Cleveland volcano story. A wave of violence spreads across the United Kingdom. 3 dead. And I just want to touch note on these British riots, London, of course, and I was watching some videos earlier today of how some of the locals have taken to the streets because the police are outnumbered and they won't call in the military, and these vigilante groups are running around and taking charge of their neighborhoods. Apparently 3 people were died when they got hit by a car trying to protect their neighborhood, and this is an ongoing situation which I personally feel is being aggravated to a point of, the people are going to scream for martial law, and these are the kind of stories that you're going to see. I don't think this is going away anytime soon. And of course there are videos everywhere on this. And over to the watchers. Perseid meteor shower on August 12th and 13th. Earth is entering a stream of debris from Comet Swift-Tuttle. Sources of the annual Perseid meteor shower. International observers are now reporting more than a dozen per hour, and the number will increase. The shower reaches its peak on August 12th and 13th. Full moonlight will reduce visibility on the peak night, but not enough to completely spoil the show. So if you like seeing shooting stars, the next couple nights are going to be pretty cool for that. Over to the RSOE, they really don't have a lot going on. I find it hard to believe they don't have any current emergencies on their listing, at least not on my screen anyway. They're reporting flash floods out of Ontario, Canada. They're saying much relief to a hot summer, but apparently some drains got backed up, cars flooded, that kind of thing, heavy downpours. Where's the other one? India, Mount Abu has some major landslides due to torrential rains, of course, and they're having trouble fixing and get everything back to normal due to the continuing weather situation there. Earthquake in China. Boshan City, and of course it was like a 5.4, and they shaken damage, and 22,000 homes and buildings were damaged, and they sent a rescue team of 480 people into the system. So it's a pretty bad earthquake for this town in China. And that is about all they have new today. And I wanted to finish tonight off with a link to a NASA site because it covers, it's basically a story how the Japanese 9.0 earthquake tsunami changed the ice in Antarctica, and how the tsunami came in and broke off a bunch of ice off the ice shelf. And they've got a really cool picture on the top where you can slide back and forth and you can kind of see the before and after flip-flop right real quick. And it's pretty dramatic as far as March 12th, 2011 and March 16th, 2011. The changes in the ice, and you definitely show that the tsunami came down there and definitely raised a little havoc. So something interesting to look at. That's about all I have for you tonight. Of course, if I missed anything, please let me know and attach your videos below. Thanks for all your support and all your help. Enjoy while you can, and I'll see you later.